Hi guys, it's Michele and today we're gonna have a review of the Sherman Firefly, the Tier 6 British medium tank, which is actually has a tank borrowed from the Black Prince, which is the Tier 7 in the British tech tree. Now as you can see, let's just clear out one thing. This thing doesn't have any armor. Actually it does. But it's very much placed around one side, over the gun mantlet. With the spaced armor, it goes up to 200 millimeters on some angles, and that's the only way you can bounce some shots. Maybe 140 on your right side of the cheek of the turret, but the other things are 64, 70. As you can see, pretty much easy to penetrate for any tier 6. But I must admit, even some tier 4 tanks won't have any problems penetrating your frontal part. Let's see, the BBs will go straight through you without any problems. Matilda will go straight through you without any problems, so keep that in mind when you're engaging even the bottom tiers with this thing, let alone the high tiers that are gonna counter you. Not to mention the RT, which can smack you pretty easily. Now, once you check out this armor, let's go to the garage and let me tell you about some things, where you can use this tank. So let's jump into garage. And so, after seeing that this tank doesn't have any armor, and it needs to rely on its gun performance to stay alive, survivability tells us that he cannot take a lot of hits, only 752 points for a tier 6. So that means this is a tier 5 tank which has mounted a new turret and a new gun. Yeah, that's your Sherman Firefly. So let's see what actually we have. From the firepower, with a 17 pounder, which is located on the Black Prince, I must say, and it's a very good gun on the tier 7, not so much on tier 8. We have a situation like this. We have 171 millimeters of penetration with our AP rounds, 239 with the APCR, 38 with the HE explosive, 150 damage on all the stats, but the high explosive has 190 damage. So, now let's see. 2.1 aiming time. With the crew and the modules, we are reducing those aiming time up to 1.97. And we are getting something like less than 2 seconds of aiming time. The dispersion is 0.36 at 100 meters. Our average damage per minute is 2269, which is a very good stuff, because we have 4 seconds reload and 15 shots per minute. So, your Sherman Firefly is actually a very good sniper. Judging by the gun performances, and judging by my in-game experience, I must admit that this tank is a pretty good sniper. But sometimes you won't be able to snipe, of course, because it's a random battle. And let's see, the mobility tells us that if we find ourselves in a problem to actually move against someone, we're gonna be in a hard position, because this thing is not very mobile. It can very much more move the turret, and it can use its traverse speed of the hull to actually be able to stay competitive. Also, the gun depression is -6 frontally and elevation is 20 degrees, which gives us a little bit of flexibility when we are using this thing. It's not like playing with Russians, but -6 is just beating them by little, or being equivalent at worst, because this is a huge gun in a small turret and it has problems fitting in. Mobility wise, horsepower and ton ratios are not so good for this tank, because it's gonna struggle going uphill. On downhill and on the level road, it won't struggle so much to reach its maximum speed. But when you are gonna do the reverse, be careful. You don't wanna do some. You don't wanna rely on the reverse speed. 18 kilometers per hour is nothing to be bragging about. Though it's not bad, but not very good as well. So average, you can say. Spotting is 378 meters, and the signal range is 587. which gives this thing a very good coverage of the battlefield. Now, when you're asking what to research first, you're gonna go like this. Mount the howitzer. It's gonna be derpy, you're not gonna hit so much, but first you wanna research easier tracks, then go for the cupola and the guns. After you finish with those guns, engine and radio. If you have the Crusader modules researched, you're gonna have the radio. So that's one less thing to worry about. Now, for the crew and the equipment and the loadout, it's gonna be like this. Loadout, I use 63 AP because those things are very good and very potent. It can carry, as you can see, a lot of ammo. 12 APCR in case I'm getting stuck against a problem that I cannot deal with my AP rounds, and the high explosive when I need to reset something, or at least go for an RT kill. Even though a problem is using I3 against the RT is pretty unreliable, so I really always rely on my AP rather than HE shells. So second stuff I wanna add is the modules. Medium caliber tank gun rubber and vents, which gives me a lot of, as you saw over here, buffs on aiming time and reload speed. Also, I'm going for the binocular telescope mostly to increase my chance of spotting the enemy before they see me. But there is the catch: you cannot outspot an enemy scout. So be careful when you are playing a spotting game with them. Also, sneaky TDs are gonna be also a problem. So why did I use this? I use this because I wanna be a sniper. You can also drop the binos and go for a bit mobile approach with a vertical stabilizer. As far as you're gonna go with your crew, it's something like this. On your commander skills, Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms, and a third skill, go for the repairs. As you can see, mine is in the progress of doing just that, but since I don't have any mediums, I'm gonna actually sacrifice the whole tank and the crew to place them in Challenger. Yeah, that's the future for my crew. The gunner, what you wanna do is two systems. If you want a mobile system, snapshot, Brothers in Arms, and repairs. If you want a much more sniper approach, go for the Deadeye, Brothers in Arms, and the repairs. For your driver, well, it's much more easier. Use a snapshot because it improves accuracy when firing the move. Second stuff, you can go for the Brothers in Arms, and the third thing is repairs. And for the loader at the end is system like this. Skill wise, you're gonna have your safe storage because you are relying on your rate of fire. Every medium tank most of the medium tanks actually rely on the rate of fire, and this thing is no exception from that. So this is just a standard rate of fire. Jack of all trades, you can call them. So increasing the ammunition increasing your protection of your ammunition and reducing the chance of its detonation, it's a very recommended stuff. So safe storage, Brothers in Arms, and repairs. And that will be enough for me ranting in the garage. So let's jump into battle so I can show you how this thing handles against much stronger opponents. So let's see, we are on the map called Fiery Salient. It's our tier 6 and tier 8 matchmaking. Okay then, so this is a bit of a problem. Firefly is slow, not spotting too much, and this kind of guns can easily one-shot me or two-shot me. Basically, most of these guns can, to be accurate, they can two-shot me pretty easily. So just tap me 1-2 times. And I'm not gonna go anywhere fast. And this time I'm gonna rely on my allies. And this time it's the encounter map. Encounter, you have one base. You capture the base or you destroy the enemy team. That doesn't mean to give the whole map for your enemy. And I'm going to show you why that's stupid. Now we are on this map, no whether it's called Fiery Salient or something else. Remember, don't give the spotting for the enemy team, as we have it right now. I'm just now sniping the bushes where usually scouts sit, trying to get him down. Now, let's see. I'm aiming at the enemy bushes where the enemy should be, and I'm not hitting anything. So I decide to stop firing, because the Type 59 and the Type 64 are going in. And I'm gonna flash out whatever is up there. Škoda T25, sorry, tier 6, one hit into him, and the other guys managed to destroy him. Okay, not a bad start. Enemy starts to cap, and this is where we notice that the enemy made a mistake. Now the enemy actually left us the whole northern part of the map, so we can do something like outflanking and sniping them in their backsides. And that's why I say always cover the map. That's why I do low tier reviews, because I want to try to teach people how to play the game properly. And you're gonna notice one thing in this replay. We have a bug in the replay which doesn't show us the marking silhouettes. They don't light up like bright red, and when you're aiming at a certain part of the tank, that's in the bush, they don't light up. And that's a big issue at the moment. Though you're lucky, that's the only issue in the replays, because I've seen some worse stuff than this. So the enemy IS Cupola is turned on its side to us. One shot into him, which is pretty good. Second shot goes in. He goes forward, and I think he realized now he's good. My third shot goes in. They managed to take out one of our tanks, and I'm already trying to reset. But unfortunately, the enemy falls back, and I don't have any shot on that KD-5, nor on that Black Prince, as you can see. And now, KD-5 is going on the open a bit, but our E25 takes him out before even I realized that he was on the open. So, trying to get the Black Prince through that little part of the tracks, below them actually, and I hit the tracks. So I'm good with sniping, but not so good with this gun. I just need a bit more luck, a bit more stable gun than this. So let's see, where should I go? I'm waiting for my tier 8s to do the first move, because I'm a tier 6 and I can only back them up. STA1 goes in. As you can see on the left side, there is a super Pershing sitting in the bush. And I'm aiming at enemy Hellcat before engaging the Pershing, and I only track the enemy Hellcat while the super Pershing is still active, and I need ace up to help out my STA1. Super Pershing also has a good rate of fire, so I'm aiming for his side armor, aiming for his back, trying to get his ammo rack, trying to get his rate of fire down as fast as I can. Of course, his HP as well. So as I said before, don't go for the super Pershing head on, go for his sides and his rear, and he'll fall pretty easily. So that's one super Pershing destroyed. And that's my first kill. Now we have a situation where the enemy is actually still holding on the cap circle. And we have a KV-13 and a CDC on the hill. And maybe a T-54, I think, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of spoiler there. It's gonna be a T-54, but first KV-13. As you can see, I'm using a pretty nice decover. And I can say I'm pretty proud of myself to use this cover to kill the enemy KV-13, because he couldn't fire back without hitting most of this cover. But the Hellcat can easily do that by going over the railway and planting one into my backside of the turret. So that was painful a bit, but I had worse. Now behind us, Charioteer is attacking Type 59 and an MT-25 Scout. So let's go for the Scout first, track him only with a bit of damage, and my allies finish him off while I get the Charioteer down. Now the KV-2 is going for the Type 59 and only getting down to 17 HP with my allies, but KV-5. The KV-2 is actually not gonna survive this, because Type 59 was, as you can see, obliterated by one HE shot. And now we have 2 tier 8s on the hill. SU-100M1. That's a tier 7 tank destroyer and an RT against this. So the enemy has been vaporized mostly, and now we need to be careful about cleaning them up. Škoda takes out the tank destroyer, which leaves 2 guys on the hill. Just need a bit of spotting to, you know, put my gun in use. And sooner or later they'll come out of the hiding spot. Best way to... I'm just checking out if the art is gonna go over here. Nope, he's not gonna go anywhere. Our tier 2 is gonna camp. Looks like he camped the whole game over there, but okay. And max CDC, low HP, easy for me. 5th kill. And now I'm aiming at enemy T-54 mod 1. And we have only top of his turret, which indicates the orange aim indicator on him. And now it's green, but as you can see the RNG does its best to not deny me the kill. Yeah, I'm not gonna kill this guy actually, he's too good with the cover. Now he breaks out of the cover, get his engine a bit, and the others finish him off. I'm on 5 kills, can I get my 6th? I wonder. So that's the enemy bird, the Avenger, F3 2, 304 actually. He fires misses, I'm just about to finish him off, and I'm just a little bit too late for that. So 5 kills, I have to be satisfied with that. Anyway, let's see the scores of this game. Okay, what can we say about the Sherman Firefly? It can be decent even in a +2 matchmaking. With the Mastery, Ace Tanker, Spotter, Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for Effect, a No-Skins Medal, and a Confederate. No-Skin Medal is being given for you if you destroy 3 tanks that are 2 tiers higher than your own vehicle with using a medium tank. And that's a very good stuff. So we didn't get our, let's say, we didn't get the 6 kills, but we get some interesting scores. 2,794 damage done in a tier 6 and a tier 8 game, and with tier 8 done 2,794 damage. Okay, this is a bit strange. So he done the exact same damage as the enemy top tier tank, beating all my guys in my own team. Okay, so I haven't at least nicked those 5 kills, I worked my ass for them. And let's see. On the enemy team, actually, what break the game was the other 3 tanks. So the first 5 and 6 tanks in my team basically done the difference which was needed for us to win. And that's how we actually won, and I wasn't exposed to the returning fire of so many tier 8 tanks and their guns. Not to mention the 7s as well. I'm happy to be avoiding the wrath of the KV2 though. So, base experience is 1477. Nice. Detail report said I shot 30 shots and I hit with my 27 and I penetrated with 21, dealing most of my damage from afar. So as a sniper. Though with my tracking damage, all the stuff, and spotting, I done 1090 damage as an assistance damage. On the regular account, after pulling some of the minuses, I managed to earn 24,000 credits. And 2,954 with the ×2. So, this is how you play actually the Sherman Firefly. This is what you can expect from it and how just fragile it is. But if you use the gun properly and you have a decent team, you can easily dominate the enemy. Even on a tier 8 gameplay. Hope this video shows how to use the Firefly. So like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch you guys.